All right, there's the recording. So like I said, we're going to have a very short Training Tuesday. Not a whole lot to talk about with the long weekend. And we also had the bid buy training last all day Wednesday. So there wasn't a whole lot coming from the training desk for you guys. But what we want to talk about today is a CPO notice that went out on Thursday regarding the small business contracting compliance plan. So we'll talk about that, and that's really going to be the only thing we talk about today. And you guys will get back to your day. So we do have a link here to the CPO notice. Let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to hit the link, but I also want to go out and show you guys, just for anybody who is unaware, where the CPO notices live. So the CPO GS website, you go down to the Procurement Resources Library, and then you have the list there of the CPO notices. This is also where you would go to find all your contracts and templates and forms, right? You always go to Procurement Resource Library. That has a lot of information. But go to the CPO notice, and like I said, the link is also within the slide there as well. So you have a CPO notice 21 or 2021.04 small business contracting mid-year, and let's go ahead and open that up. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger for you to see. So section 4590 of the code establishes a goal that not less than 10% of the total amount of state contracts are awarded to Illinois small businesses. And so when we say small businesses, we mean the Illinois Small Business Set-Aside Program. So they have to be registered with the Illinois Procurement Gateway, and there's a couple ways that they can be registered, or they need to be underneath the revenues of $8 million per year. There's some, other ways that they get registered in Illinois, but these are for Illinois businesses only. Anyway, so as a part of the requirements within the code, each state agency files with the CPO's office an annual compliance plan. You may be aware of that, a mid-year compliance plan, and then a final report outlining reaching that goal. So we're in the mid-year, so we're looking at the mid-year compliance plan at this point. So each agency needs to return its mid-year compliance plan to their SPO by the end of the day on February 26th. But there will also be a couple trainings that will be provided by Andrew Shackelford, which is our small business specialist. So Andrew will also be notifying each agency by 2 weeks after that whether their plan is approved or rejected. So if rejected, the reason would be provided there. And so there's going to be a couple of these trainings that will be provided this Thursday and Friday. You can see the information there and is listed in the CPO notice. So you have a link and some of the information there. So he will walk through exactly what will be required to complete that. And let me go back to our CPO notice page. You have the mid-year compliance plan form, which is there, as well as a spreadsheet that has that information regarding your small business contracting mid-year report. So that information was also attached to the email that went out to APOs and SPOs as a part of your CPO notice. So for some of you that don't have to complete this form, the information it's still good for you to know that it is a requirement per the code that we have to have that annual report. And this mid-year compliance plan as well is also a part of that requirement. So while we're not providing those of you who don't have to do anything with this report any additional information, it's good to know that that is a requirement. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. What is the criteria for not having to complete this form? I guess really what I meant was just if it's a part of your responsibility, because we have a lot of people on this call each week that maybe end users, or they're here to kind of to be interested in learning bid buy tips and those sorts of things, but don't have to complete this form. So each agency needs to complete the form, and what I meant in terms of having to complete the form wasn't that some agencies don't have to complete it. Every agency has to complete it. It's one of those things that if it's not a part of your responsibilities at your agency to complete this form, this information, while helpful, you're not going to have to do it. So that would just be So all APOs are going to be involved with this form, and um, the way some agencies are, I just happen to anecdotally know the way some agencies are set up is, maybe one person has responsibilities to deal with small purchases, and they're going to be probably a little bit more in tune with the small business aspect of these reports, whereas other people maybe don't touch those sorts of procurements. So that's really all I meant in terms of saying, not having to complete this form. So, and if you have any other questions regarding that, you can always reach out to your procurement staff or your SPO. Okay, so that was really all we had today. So let's jump right back in. We just have our quote of the day and our fun fact of the day. So our fun fact of the day, I thought this was pretty cool. Came across this morning. So there's a link if you want to read more about it. It's really interesting. So in 1861, on February 16th, Abraham Lincoln stops his train at Westfield, New York, on his way to Washington to thank 11-year-old Grace Bedell in person for her advice to grow a beard to gain more votes. It's really cute. If you read that article, hit that link there and go check it out. It's cute. This girl sent a letter to Mr. Lincoln advising him to grow his whiskers out. And it's kind of cute there. And then our quote of the day, there are three ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. The third way is to be kind. You gotta love Fred Rogers. He was a part of my childhood, so that one hit me hard when I saw that this morning. Love that, and I always just want to remind everybody there's always a good way to get things done, and the best way is to be kind. So that's our motto here for the day today. And like I said, we have a short one today, and we'll let you get back to your frozen Tuesday, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much. Bye bye.